It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hi, Rob.
You tired?
A little sleepy.
Yeah. Also, we have the Merman, who looks
Right.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to face the day.
Sometimes you don't have a job.
There you go. He's wearing that. What are you wearing there? It's a
Habs jersey.
It's a Habs t-shirt. It's
That's
not a
right.
jersey. The Habitants.
The Habitants. Football season's over.
right.
Time
Pea
for hockey.
soup.
I see. How was that Super Bowl?
I wouldn't know.
You really didn't watch it.
I did not watch 1 second of it because I hate both teams.
That's
I did watch the
insane.
commercials the next day.
There you go.
Okay.
The best part of the Super Bowl.
Best part of the Super Bowl.
Good God. So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well, thanks for who all been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast or even just like it a bit, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform.
Go Seahawks.
Shut up.
Or, hey, Pats fans are sad today.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Football's over.
Yeah, it's whatever. Or you can
I'm
dare
a
us.
fan of whoever I have money on.
That's right.
That's the way it should be.
Because you're cold and heartless.
You should only be cheering for who you're betting for. Or you can dare us see a terrible film, and if it played anywhere in a cinema in the world, we will watch it. Now, let's get to raging. Now. What amazing moment?
Predict.
What amazing moment?
Predict.
Will he predict the rage or will he predict the
Mondo?
mondo? Will he tell us all what Jim and Bryce are about
Movies.
movies? Better watch out, kids, cause here he comes. He's coming swimming to you.
And you.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim all the way to our hearts, our little rageful hearts.
Wow. We have a scary week.
Scary stuff,
It's
kids.
very scary.
Did we?
Actually,
3 out of the 4 movies you saw were horror films.
and actually,
so,
the
yeah.
fourth one was also scary for the
For
performer.
other reasons?
For the performer.
I think that, I don't think we saw any horror movies.
No, not a one? Okay, well, let's just see. First one was Dracula, a love story.
It's just based on a classic novel.
It is a horror
Yeah.
novel.
I mean, what's
Anyway, yeah, it's
a
another
romance.
retelling of the Bram Stoker story, which he gets a writing credit, even though I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah, except
pretty sure he is.
I don't remember when he lived, but yeah.
they can still have writing credits after the
But yeah, his name's in the credits, so it was based on his story. It wasn't like some random, let's just make shit up.
You know,
It's like
H.P.
they actually-
Lovecraft is still getting credits.
I don't know, yeah.
And
I barely
he
know who that
is also
I barely
dead.
know who that is. All I know is he's weirdo. Anyway, yeah, Dracula with Caleb Landry Jones.
Yes.
Yes.
The greatest actor.
Who I
on the
still think
planet.
of as like a 20-year-old kid. But
Man, this
apparently now
guy's
he's a
He's
400-year-old
He's a
vampire.
force.
He's such a good actor.
And Luc
My
Besson,
God.
who apparently does some good stuff.
I love Luc Besson.
Yeah, I saw this with Jim, and I'm a big vampire fan.
Yes,
Big
you are.
Dracula
You're a
fan.
Dracula fan. Blah, blah.
I think just because of who is in it, I think Jim might have actually given it a mondo.
All right.
Maybe. And Bryce, lesser so, I think maybe a man. Then we have Whistle, which I actually wanted to see, and I attempted to see twice, but I have issues with my motor vehicle, so I couldn't make it to the screening that you guys went to. But yeah, it has Nick Frost in it.
Nicky Baby.
And Junior X-Men, Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
It looked weird. Yeah, it might have been all right. I don't know. It was great, so double meh. Then we have Strangers, Chapter 3. Because the second one was so awesome, they had to finish it off strong.
Yeah.
Double rage.
Okay.
And I'd be shocked if Bryce doesn't fall asleep to that, because I think it was your last movie of the night.
He did have a little bit of a nap. But it wasn't a big nap.
I don't think so.
The last one, which I guess is not a horror, The Moment, which is the Spinal Tap version mockumentary with Charli XCX, who, as far as I know, had one hit. But it had a Skarsgård in it.
I didn't even know she had one hit.
She did
I know
have one
she
hit.
did the
She does have one
soundtrack
hit.
for something recently that we watched. Though.
Yeah.
She's got one hit.
She's talented.
She's all right. But yeah, it had a Skarsgård in it. So double meh.
The Skarsgård, by the way, was pretty amazing.
He was
always
he was the
amazing.
most. He's the best he's ever been, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good most of the time.
He's okay most of the time.
He was very
But
good
he was
this
very
time.
good this time. And there is one more, but I'll tell you about that later.
It's not on my list.
It's not on your list, so you don't have to predict
I'm not
it.
predicting anything.
There you go.
I wanted to go to it, but it's a long story.
That's a tale for another.
Like you have a job.
Well,
yeah.
it's much more convoluted than that, and the tale is still going on.
It snowballed into something horrible.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. All right, so Dracula love story. It's interesting that the real subtext of this film is a love story. Don't know as I've felt that as much as I have before in any other Dracula films, but then again, apparently I don't remember much of the Dracula's lore I've seen before. As we're watching this, the Murray was kindly reminding me.
It's a good thing, because I know the story basically how it goes. So
as
there
we
was
watched
no surprises.
this one, so I was like, "What is that? What happened in the first one?" It's like, "Yeah, can't you remember the first?" I'm like, "No, I never remember Dracula movies." So Luc Besson's vision of Dracula feels like a bit of a twist than we're used to, or at least a clear departure from the Draculas we've seen in the past. To me, this really felt like Drac's story, his love, his pathos, and the pain of losing his one and only true love. That emotional through line is very present and surprisingly effective through this whole movie. There are some subtle differences from previous versions that actually made this and made me actually like this story more. For example, the slave gargoyle children of the dead, traditionally female in past versions, and they're handled very differently here. We also get far more time inside Drac's head, which made his motivations completely clear to me. I never once questioned why he was doing what he was doing. We're also spared a lot of the usual vampire lore that other vampire/Dracula films seem to explain ad nauseum. Instead, the film leans heavily into Catholic imagery and overtones. Early on, we learn that Drac is punished by an evil god, one who doesn't fully appreciate everything Drac has done for him. You know, the killing of all the Muslims in his name. Like, come on. You'd think he'd be happy about that.
You would think.
Unless, they're all the same.
Because,
God.
Muslims don't believe in God at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's the war with religions is always funny. Honestly, I was on Team Drac the entire movie. I mean, he wasn't asking for much. I'll go and kill the enemies of God. All you have to do is keep my wife safe. That seems like a pretty reasonable ask.
Yeah, I would say so.
Right? So,
Yep.
So he was completely justified in everything he was doing, in my opinion. I mean, he didn't seem that evil in this. Like, he was just kind of a guy who was really pissed off because God took his love.
Deservingly so, he was pissed off.
Right? This film has all the Luc Besson traits I've come to know and love. His dry, spattered sense of humor, his sense of whimsy, in the way he shoots ballroom scenes, and his ability to capture lush, colorful beauty while still delivering the darkness a Dracula film demands. Caleb Landry Jones does what he does best. chewing up every scene he's in from start to finish. And casting Christoph Waltz as the pursuer was pure genius. He looks completely at home as our European priest. Like he wandered in from another century and never left. Dracula has never been a story I've ever especially been attached to. There are vampire films that I actually really love, but all of the Dracula adaptations I've seen before this date, I think I like this one the most. And yet, it's still a high meh. I got an unpacking to do, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was done really well, and Caleb Landry Jones was brilliant, but yeah, it was okay. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it. Mur, what'd you think?
As you guys know, I'm not that fond of zombies, werewolves, mummies.
That's right.
Or even Frankenstein.
No.
Except for the last one. Vampires are my thing. I've seen many movies and TV shows over the years and even read a few books.
Nice.
Doesn't make me an expert at all, but it is my favorite horror genre. So to say I was looking forward to this film is an understatement.
Nice.
To be clear, I still consider Bram Stoker's novel to be the standard by which other vampire legends will be compared.
Nice.
So what we have here is an actual adaptation of Stoker's original story with a few differences. Story-wise, there weren't a lot of surprises because anybody who's seen the 1992 version pretty much knows how the story goes,
or read
how
the book.
it ends, or read the book. I have to admit, I wasn't sold on Caleb Landry Jones as Prince Vlad. He still seems like a kid to me, and a creepy one at that. When he was his normal self, he was less convincing. He did play a very creepy 400-year-old man with a funky hairdo. Christoph Waltz was solid as usual, playing not Van Helsing, but some generic priest with all of the qualities of Van Helsing. He basically was Van Helsing in this.
But he was
he
of
wasn't.
an order. He was of a vampire
Yeah.
hunting order of priest.
Just made him more religious, that's all. But he didn't have the fighting skills of Van Helsing's.
He didn't need him. He had his brain.
To be honest, I didn't like the actress who played Elizabeth/Mina. I wasn't feeling it. I was more enamored of her best friend Marie. Much like the Gary Oldman version, their best friend was way hotter than Mina.
There you go.
So what?
But I digress. Just saying.
What does that
Is
have
they
to
should
do
maybe
with the
cast somebody a little
vagina?
better looking to be the love
Well,
of someone.
Why?
shouldn't they make the
You
hottest
lo-
person the Dracula?
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You love who you love.
Yeah.
You
Anyway.
don't just love the most beautiful person.
Dracula shouldn't love the most beautiful person. He should be in love with the most.
He shouldn't spend
dark
400 years
person.
going after an ugly one. Anyway, just saying.
Oh my God,
I don't
Murray.
think the film went dark enough. Then again, it was called a love story.
It was a love story.
To quote the 1992 movie, "True love never dies." To that end, both actors did a good job with the on-screen chemistry and romantic stuff. This is a horror movie after all, and people had to die. Apparently, I missed the bloodbath at the convent when I went to the bathroom.
That was fun.
However, for a vampire film, there wasn't nearly enough killing. Still, I enjoyed the film, with a few exceptions. The first was the CGI gargoyles.
That was the best part.
They were hilarious. I'm not sure that was the intent.
I think it might have been.
Oh, it's totally.
Besson
that's
has
Luc-
a sense of
That's
humor.
Luc Besson. That's
It was
totally
like the
him.
dwarves from Snow White. I'm like, really? You can't. Anyway, I didn't agree with that.
I was just gonna say I want to add to that point because as we're watching it, I was like thinking this is the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen. But in
Since
my
Snow
mind,
White.
I even turned to Murray and I'm like, what the hell's with the gargoyles? But then when they show what happens at the end, I was just like, this makes it even better.
Yeah, it
was
makes
so
sense at the
awesome.
end when that
That's what made
happens.
it so
But
good.
Up until then, I'm like, they're just stone statues and they're like his minions. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
No spoilers here, but
Yeah, no.
it gets explained.
In the 1992 version, they were demon brides, which I definitely preferred. I also didn't like the fact that we followed Prince Vlad through Europe for 200 years,
Nice.
with him walking around the daylight.
Yeah.
and having to use perfume to seduce his victims.
Yeah.
Was he even a vampire or just an old guy with money? I mean, we saw him use telekinesis at one point.
Yeah.
So he's got powers.
He's always had
He
telekinesis.
doesn't need to resort to cheap perfume. That's just stupid. The original Dracula could use mind control.
Why walk
just
when you can run?
Saying. The original Drac had mind control over people. Didn't have to use perfume.
Right.
Well, he only
Just-
wanted it over women.
Just saying. Look, this film is probably never going to replace the 1992 version as my favorite of all time. So it
much
definitely wasn't a Mondo. But yeah, it was still a decent man. It was all right. I didn't hate it as much as the last couple vampire movies.
Draculas. All right, Bracy Pants.
Yeah. So Dracula.
A love story.
Is it really? I've never
That's
seen
what.
it.
That's the title. It's in the title.
Where? I've
And
never.
the poster probably.
I'm looking at the poster. It doesn't say it, so I don't know where you guys.
It's
are
where it
going.
originally came out as. So I don't know why they. Nah, you know, it's like
Yeah.
20 different
They-
versions that you
Yeah,
get to
but
it.
when it came out now, it is just called Dracula. It's not called Dracula.
Actually,
Love
it's
Story.
called A Love Tale.
A Love Tale. Yeah. Oh, and where did you get that information off of? If you say IMDb, I'm gonna frickin' puke into my microphone
Could you do a little bit of puking?
because IMDb is the most in it. Pull up the poster. Does it say A Love Tale on that?
I will look while you're talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got the poster right in front of you there.
Well, there's other
no.
posters.
I'm looking
There's
at a
other
poster.
You know, there's not one
I'm looking at
poster,
the poster
Bryce.
right
There's
now.
multiple posters.
There's multiple posters.
At any
Bryce.
rate,
Anyway,
it's
continue.
just Dracula. It's not a love tale, even though it is.
It is a love tale.
It is a love tale.
It is a love tale.
but it's just Dracula.
Actually, this wasn't even a horror movie to me.
Yeah, Caleb Landry Jones is the best Dracula
That's
that's
ever
ever been,
been.
in the history of the movies. There's never been a better Dracula. He's better than frickin'
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Better than
Bella
Bela
British
Lugosi.
guy. What's British guy's name? No, his name's left me all of a sudden.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Better than all those guys put together.
Yeah.
He just is. He's just better.
He's just
He's just
talented.
better. He's just talented. It's the way it is. This was a little bit different for sure. But all the differences I enjoyed, and I like the fact that they brought Christoph Waltz in, and the fact that that looks like that's freaking CG.
You think it's fake?
That's
Photoshopped?
fake.
Whatever.
You found one out of like 400
I found
posters.
multiple.
Anyways, it's not called it's just called Dracula everywhere you look at it. But I like the fact that they brought Christoph Waltz in. I like the fact that they put sort of a spatterings of humor into this.
Oh,
horror,
yeah, it's so injected.
which works very, very well. I don't think I've laughed as much in a Dracula movie, but still.
Not even Dead and Loving It.
Yeah, no, I laughed way more in this than Dead and Loving It because I did not laugh in Dead and Loving It once. Yeah, so bring Christoph Waltz in is basically, yeah. I mean, let's face it, he was the comic relief in this, and this heavy story needed a comic relief. I liked all the little things that they added into it. You know, if you're gonna make a movie, at least do something different with
Make it
and they did.
entertaining.
And make it entertaining, and they did that as well. This Dracula movie kind of walks that line of taking itself super seriously and not really taking itself seriously at all, and it balances it very, very well. Having said that, it's still it's still Dracula, and it's Caleb Landry Jones almost had me fooled into giving this a Mondo, but at the end of the day, I'm just like looking at this movie and I'm like, I enjoyed it, but it's a little much. It's long. I don't know that I like the gargoyles as much as you did. I mean, they kind of made me laugh, like, and I honestly think that was the intention. There's no
totally the intention.
I'm not really sure or understand them. I don't know how this all came to be. It's kind of weird, but I guess it doesn't matter.
He stole. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. Yeah, why he used who he used to be gargoyles instead of just killing.
Yeah, draining
people's blood
just
and
makes
making
it
them
better.
their. I mean, There was tons of vampires in this movie. He
Yeah,
could have used
he-
any of them for his
It
minions.
just goes to show he's got other powers. Like
Apparently.
that's actually that was one of my things I was going to unpack in this is that. Sorry, you haven't even finished. Keep going.
I'm pretty much finished. I mean, this is a meh. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the look of it for sure. And I do believe that Caleb Landry jumped. But that's the thing. I got the best performance that I've ever seen in a vampire movie or in a Dracula movie, and it's still meh.
And also
So,
the best version of Dracula we've ever
it's
seen.
absolutely the best version of Dracula we've ever seen, and it's still meh.
And it wasn't a
It's
horror
just-
movie. It was a love story.
It was a love story, but it wasn't called that. It's just called Dracula.
A love tale.
No,
Subtext.
no.
That's right.
Well, you got buttons to push.
Only
And then I wanna-
only if you go to the most unreliable source on the planet, IMDb, which is just, I wish they'd just blow up that website because everything on it is poo-poo. It's all lies and misleading.
Garbage.
I hate that frickin' website.
It's the best.
I never go to it anymore, ever, because it's just, you get the most inaccurate. Anyways, I'm sorry. It was meh.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, the only unpacking I was going to have was that there is things in this that some of it follows some of the lore of Dracula and sometimes it doesn't. Like the sun thing, you know it's something's in it regarding the sun because even when
Well, they
your
explain that.
favorite vampire, she puts up the parasol
'cause
as she's walking
They
around.
can't get direct sunlight.
Yeah.
They can walk around in the sun as long as it's not like shining in their face. They're
right.
fine.
Yeah, so that's why when he's in Versailles
Yeah.
boning a bunch of chicks.
Yeah. At Louis XIV's palace.
At Louis XIV's palace. That's why he could walk around. The sun isn't coming directly on him. It's just like showing brightness.
They
and there's a
explain
few other
that.
things, like even with the garlic, because what's his
They
name?
also said, yeah, it's garlic, whatever.
Christoph Waltz is going like, I don't know if this garlic thing even
Garlic,
works. Like
yeah.
he doesn't
He's
even
like,
know.
it's all garbage. The garlic thing's not a thing.
And then the guy who pulls out the cross, like he didn't even believe.
Yeah,
He's
it's like, whatever.
Do
It's
you
like-
believe? And then
like-
he pulls out the cross and just like takes
Just
it,
tosses it
telekinesis it
aside.
into
Yep.
the fire.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
that was
Oh, we don't
pretty
need to
awesome.
worry about that. So, yeah, that was a fun movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a whistle, by the
That's
way.
a cold wind, that is.
Yeah, cold wind. All right, so take the 2026 version of the Breakfast Club, mix it with Flatliners, add demonic Aztec death whistle,
You're making this sound way better than it
yeah.
is.
Then layer in Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead, and you've got whistle. There we go. Thanks, Bryce. We first opened 6 months earlier with a basketball game where it's apparent that the star player had blown the whistle before the game, and then later gets mouth-fisted into spontaneous combustion in the shower, minus the nudity, of course.
Yeah, he did get mouth-fisted, didn't he? That was kind of weird.
There's a whole thing. The whole ghosties in this like to mouth fist. It's pretty sexual, actually. I mean, if I was gonna ghost myself, I might do some fisting on myself as well. I'm not sure about you, but like if I'm coming back to kill myself. Anyway, then it iced Mr. Frost, and then at the Breakfast Club hot tub party, they blow the whistle again. Apparently, if the whistle is blown in a group of people, it doesn't act as fast as it does when one teacher blows it, which is basically immediately. After that, it works one at a time, kind of like Final Destination, but instead of accidents, it's ghost/death coming back to claim it. Sometimes there's jump scare ghosts, sometimes they're demon crackling creep crawlers, but they're always scary, always creepy, and always up to mischief. Most of the time, that mischief involves murdering people. Basically, the whistle summons death early for anyone who hears it. Look, this movie isn't great, but personally, The kills that happened in this were kind of fun. Some of the characters are actually likable, which is rare for this type of movie. It was very predictable. In fact, we literally predicted every single scene that happens except the extra credit scene. And also doesn't make a ton of sense when you think back to the initial deaths and I'm putting in heavy quotes, lore that's created. But they still find out about it through meeting someone who knows all about it. Or, as I like to call it, plot magic. Some plot magic that, for some reason, leaves out a very important piece of information so that we have to go back to see her later on her deathbed. And I'm not going to make any excuses for the fact that this is so predictable. It is actually bad. Like, I mean, real bad. But still, it was fun. It had a great couple of Nancy Drew lesbians, an awesome cousin who could survive but decides it's better to go out in a bloodbath, because he couldn't bear being a murderer. And we even get the shocker from the said lesbians. But it's not the kind of shocker that we were hoping for. I didn't completely hate this. It was better than most teenage ghost demon spell movie magic death movies with a whistle that I've seen in the past. And I had fun with the scene of our own private viewing experience. Half the fun of watching this movie was Bryce and I rolling our eyes through the entire movie. I screamed at the stupidity of the people. I screamed at the death scenes, and I laughed at the predictability of it. I think maybe because Bryce and I saw it together, but the experience was still meh, even if the movie wasn't. But I have a couple more things to say. So once again, we get another film where the only black character is also the only unlikable one, and the only one not portrayed with the same level of understanding or intelligence as all the white characters. Hollywood, can you please just stop doing this?
This was Canada, man.
Well, okay. Hollywood wannabe.
But it had a British dude in it.
Hollywood wannabe.
It's a Canadian production.
It's really, really subliminal racism. And originally I thought it was only in superhero films, but it's apparently in American/Canadian made horror films as well. I know.
Always has been.
Yeah. You know what? It's annoying as fuck because you're seeing more black characters now in movies, but you know what? There's like, you know what? Let's put more of them in there, but let's put subliminal racism through everything that we see. And for that reason alone, this was going to be a low meh because of how much fun I had watching this horrible movie. But because of the overt racism in it, it's getting a rage. This movie made me angry after rethinking it.
Yeah, you're in trouble when the best part of your movie is in your credits.
It was the best part of the movie.
Like literally that scene, I was like, wow, that was actually really good. But that's the only time I said that in this entire movie. This is the most predictable, mundane, seen it all before, kind of tired of it at this point. Why are we making this movie? Not original. It's the actors are doing the best they can, but there's no material here that's any good. I wasn't as enamored with the kills as you. I was just completely bored through this whole thing. And it's a miracle that I didn't fall asleep during this movie. Because I was bored to tears. Seen it before, don't want to see it again. Come up with something. I'm waiting for something in the movie to happen that I'm like,
and then it did.
Well, then in the credits there's a cool end credit scene that's but other than that, it's not good. It's just not a good movie. I wish it was, but it's not. It's a rage.
The saddest part about it is that it is so predictable. Like it literally is.
It's paint by numbers, man.
Say, "Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen."
I feel pretty much about every horror film.
The good ones don't do that anymore.
Well, the good ones will start with the formula, and then all of a sudden you think you know where it's going, and then it doesn't go there. Because
or even if there's like we've seen ones where
the setup's going to
be
be similar in every every horror movie. There's going to be a similar setup depending on what genre you're in. It's where you go from there, and this went exactly where every other one went.
I like the fisting. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Do you like your fisting?
I do love fisting.
There you go. I can't wait to hear what... Oh, I know what we saw.
Strangers,
how could you forget?
Chapter 3. So, we pick up exactly where we left off in the last Strangers movie. Once again, we are saddled with the stupidest final girl to ever live. Truly historical levels of dumb. On top of that, we get space-time continuums that make absolutely no sense and feel like they were written on a napkin 5 minutes before shooting. We also get more backstory because apparently that was the missing ingredient.
I don't think we need any backstory.
We flash back to when our strangers were kids and the sheriff was younger. And I'm going to put a pin in that because we're watching it again, and then like there's an edit in here, and then they show these kids, and Bryce and I both look at each other and we're like, is that the kids when they were younger? Like we had no context for it.
Talking about the killers, right?
Yeah, the killer because
there was like what 3 of them, and they in the second one they showed the flashbacks of them as a kids, and they were all cruel and vicious.
And so we got to see the dude's first kill in this one. We didn't get to see his first kill in the last one. Anyway, and you know, the sheriff is fully aware that his son is a serial killer, along with his little serial killer girlfriend. And it is nothing because, franchise. Of course, our unbelievably stupid final girl gets captured again. I think this is conservatively maybe the 13th time now. At this point, it feels like a plot point maybe less than of a plot point and more like a contractual obligation. You are contractually obligated to escape and get caught at least 13 times. Then her sister shows up along with her sister's husband and a giant extra dude to look for missing Mia, I guess. The filmmakers finally got tired of chasing the dumbest person on the earth around the woods and said, hey, let's introduce some new characters to give her some time to escape again. And then, of course, get caught soon after. Naturally, the serial killer cult, friends, family, neighbors vibes still refuses to kill our super stupefied final girl. Why? No idea. It's kind of explained later in the movie, but it still makes no sense. They slaughter literally everyone else from out of town almost immediately, but Dumbo gets a lifetime pass. I'm now convinced it's because they want to keep her alive purely to annoy the audience and punish anyone still loyal to this franchise. About halfway through, I genuinely tried to remember why I hated the last installment so much. Then it hit me. Like the only decent jump scare this entire franchise had, which happened in this movie, it's because everything is written terribly. Every decision is either stupid or predictable, and most of the film, it's absolutely both of those. Characters behave in ways no human ever would. Motivations change scene to scene, and the tension is replaced by repetition and sheer incompetence. Suffice to say, I really have nothing else to add to this. The box office has already confirmed what I've known for a while with this franchise. It's awful. I hated every single thing about this movie, just like the last one. This was truly, truly a horrible experience. And I want to know if Bryce actually did fall asleep in this, because there's a scene near the end, and I want to know if he remembers it.
What?
Yeah, near the end.
There's a scene.
I could hear some heavy breathing.
There's always scenes near the end of movies. That's
okay. So do you remember? When she killed the sheriff?
Not really.
Okay.
I think I might have missed the last 10 minutes.
There's a bit when I was leaving when the credits started. I think I woke Bryce.
I was wide awake until then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. We were engaged because we were
What happens
chatting.
in your last movies at 10 o'clock at night?
Well, that had nothing to do.
We're not
with
young
it.
anymore.
That had nothing to do with this. This movie, I wanted to fall asleep in, and I couldn't.
Here's the thing: we are now over 4.5 hours into this saga. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. There's enough material in this for maybe an 80-minute movie. So we've taken an 80-minute concept and we stretched it out into over 4.5 hours.
3 movies.
Why on earth would anybody ever, like, that was the concept from the beginning too. Like, you've got this flimsy little script and you've probably written it as one movie originally, and the script was probably like 6 pages. And then you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this into 3 movies. And you start expanding that first 2 pages into like 150 page script. And then the next 2 pages into another 150, and the next 2 pages. And there's nothing in it. And there's nothing new. And you're not learning anything. I don't understand why this was 4.5 hours total. Like, why?
Yeah,
there is not enough material for that much. And The Strangers, it's not the worst concept ever. It's a good little horror romp.
Well, the original one was good.
I don't understand why you wanted to make this into a trilogy. And there's not. And if you are going to make it into a trilogy, then have enough story for 4.5 freaking hours.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling to me. It's hard to watch. It's just not good. And it should be, because the masks are creepy, the kills, the situations are always, but then when you repeat it over and over again, and you have her run away and get caught and run away and get caught. And it's like, I don't even remember all the stuff that happened to her. Like, she got away, and then I remember she was like running around a hospital for a while. And
yeah, that
was
was
the second one.
Yeah.
Then in this one, she's running through the forest, and it's like, just stop. Just stop. Can you just get on your hands and knees and just say, please just end it for the sake of the audience?
For everybody. But then they leave the movie with like this hanging thing that, we can actually expand this franchise. Because here's the thing, the 3 that they came back to do are technically before the original. All 3 of them are before the original. So her taking them, you know what? Here's a spoiler, because this movie's horrible. I hope no one sees this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She takes the mask at the end, and you think, she's going to be the which, based on this whole movie, it did not. They tried to set it up that she's now going to be a serial killer, but she's not a serial killer.
No.
She just hated him, and like, she's not going to go be the new Strangers and get people to help her kill people. It's just not going to happen.
Well, if it does, it's
ridiculous. That's what's going to happen, because except for she's now the guy with
this. I think the Strangers has to be dead now, doesn't it?
Well, it has to, because this is going to lose an exorbitant amount of money.
Anyways,
because people must have hated the last one so much.
Yeah,
I didn't think the last one made money.
I think that it's probably over for, because I think the last one did pretty bad, and I think they rushed this one to, like, I think they're gonna wait longer before releasing it. No, I think they just dumped it, because this is the time you dump bad movies.
Actually, historically that has been the case.
It's been better recently.
Of the last 2 years, we've had some of our best movies in January.
You still get some stuff dumped, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a mix of it now. We used to just get garbage in January.
It was
February.
like 3 years ago I said, do we even have to do our podcast in January?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, this was a rage. I really, really hate this whole franchise.
As do I.
Oh, so do I.
That's why I chose not to go to this one.
You were smart, Murray. What does that guy from the commercial say? Save your money. All right, okay. Here's the bright note of the entire week this week. It's called The Moment.
Surprisingly.
This is, as Murray's already alluded, this is like if Spinal Tap were a 20-something woman called Charli XCX playing a character called Charli XCX in a mockumentary. All her, and I'm putting this in heavy quotes, people are just as hilariously funny and annoying as the Spinal Tap crew. That includes a Skarsgård, in this case it's Alexander, and Patricia Arquette, but at the same time, it's manic and fast-paced, like a TikTok mockumentary, complete with epilepsy-inducing flashing lights and pop-up labels. All of this comedy is intermixed with Charli stuck on a hamster wheel, caught in the new world that she slowly feels she's unraveling inside of and losing control over. So in the middle of our tour rehearsals, tour movie, and everything else that's going on, she decides to go on vacation. And while she's gone, the person she trusts most to carry her vision is slowly being pushed out by the man, or / the woman. In this case, it's the man and the woman. While this cornball director, played by Skarsgård, gains more and more control. The whole thing culminates in a confused anti-message that doesn't match her brand at all, but she's now brainwashed by external forces into thinking she needs to follow this Amazon labeled project. Meanwhile, she's left awkwardly laughing as our Brat Summer tour ends. Then she sings about, well, her songs are actually about partying and cocaine.
Most part.
Yeah, it's transformed into a family-friendly nightmare. This has a very real A24 vibe, especially in how the music is treated and how it's grounded in music. A24 has this love and passion for movies, music. They're the only production company that
gems.
Well, and they're the only ones that truly understand art, in my opinion, both art house and art films fully, and how music is such an important thing. The movie is funny, it's sad, it's completely heartbreaking, and strangely captivating. We're watching a very specific moment in time for a rising star, and I'm guessing the real Charli XCX pulled heavily from experience in this, which is why the absurdity feels so painfully authentic. Only an A24 film or production could make a movie like that shows how big show business destroys both creativity as well as anything good about art, music, film, and musicians. I absolutely loved every single thing about this movie. It was totally Mondo for me. Be a 365 party girl from your living room, brought to you by Amazon. is the closing note on this.
Yes.
This movie's awesome. Like this is next level Spinal Tap is what this is.
No, I mean, we come into this all the time asking for originality, and if you don't think this movie's original, then you got to show me something that's anything like it. I will say that when it started, it took me maybe about 10 or 15 minutes to actually get into it. Originally, I was like, oh, geez, I don't know that I can do this for...
Another documentary.
I don't know that I can do this for like 90 minutes.
The shaky camera.
The shaky camera and the
flashing things.
The flashing things that come up. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened.
You're hypnotized.
I don't know what changed, but all of a sudden I went from annoyed to just waiting for the next scene because it's going to be good. How many times did we literally laugh out loud in this movie? Like, I don't generally laugh out loud in anything, and I was howling a couple of times.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
I pretty much was, from about 15 minutes on. It wasn't the movie that you would like giggle all the way through, but when you laughed hard because it was
so funny.
It was so funny, and it really, it takes swings at all sorts of stuff. It takes swings at the corporate America. It takes swings at the fans, and every blow that it delivers lands.
Oh, it's
it punches all those things straight in the face, man. right in the face.
The one comment, like to your point about how it makes fun of the fans, is there's something that happens later in the movie that she basically could lose everything.
Yeah.
And then they're saying like, what do we got to do with her because she fucked up so bad?
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, ironically, all her fans think it's ironic that this is happening, so they're even more supportive.
They're coming out. So yeah, it's this little time capsule of a movie, this very specific part of a pop star's career where it's insane and it's fun and it's heartbreaking and it's such a good movie. It's, as I say, we screamed to the heavens, give us some original content, and I did not realize it was going to come from this Charli XCX because I don't even know who this is.
I want to listen to all her music now,
but
though.
My goodness, this was a fantastic movie. This was a Mondo and Skarsgård. Oh my God.
It's the best he's ever been.
Best he's ever been. Everything he says is gold in this. This is just funny. This is such a good movie. And man, I can't believe that. I'm so disappointed that there was like 4 people in the theater.
Yeah, this was the only movie we saw
with more than
just us in it.
But
you know what? If it was going to be one of them, I'm glad it was this one.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, this is something different, I tell you. And it was so well done, And it's weird. Once again, the stuff that was annoying me at the beginning just. It goes away. You're not annoyed at all anymore.
Here's the thing. I wasn't annoyed. I was kind of confused at the beginning.
There was a little confusion, but I was annoyed.
I think
I was annoyed because I'm like, I don't think I can do this for 90 minutes. I just don't. I was ready to just like, I might have to give up on this and just go to sleep.
But this is what I think was
done
done so well.
In this movie, I never even attempted to nod off. I was in on this one.
Yeah,
I wish I could have fallen asleep in that first.
All the other ones.
Yeah.
That's what this film did so well to me, is that, you know what? Here's the thing: is neither one of us are TikTok, YouTube people. So this movie is made for TikTok, YouTube people. It is so fast and furious. The scenes, the cuts, the edits, everything is like ADHD. Yeah. But because of the humor, and we didn't, you and I both went into this without knowing it's a comedy. Yeah. So it's like once the comedy, we got into the minds of the creators of this, it was like you're hooked. But up until that point, you're like, fuck, not another YouTube, TikTok garbage movie like The Weeknd put out. This is.
I like The Weeknd's movie.
God.
No, nobody liked that movie.
Except for me.
Except The Weeknd.
Okay.
And me.
Okay, there you go.
I think I gave it a meh.
I don't know. You know what?
This was Mondo, though.
Yeah, this was high Mondo.
Yeah.
That means you got buttons to push.
Mondo!
All right. So, that would normally be where we ended, but as luck would have it, I got to the cinema early, and
I wanted to get
and so I was like, you know what? I got time. I'm going to watch another movie. So I watched the movie called Time Hoppers, The Silk Road. And normally movies that have the Silk Road in it usually have something to do with something, but I won't say. So, yes, I did see this in cinemas. Not because we pre-planned to see it, but because I ended up at the cinema early. Long story short, I could either wait and just chill or do what we do at Film Rage. I had time. There was a cinema. There was a movie playing that I hadn't seen. So, bam, here we are. Now, why would we not normally go see this? Because we do try and see as many as we can. The number one reason, it's a TV show that was put into a movie. I didn't find that out until I'd already bought my ticket and I was sitting in the seats because I said, what is this thing? Second, it's put on by Milo Productions. And you may go, what is a Milo Productions? And why does this matter? It's it's basically the Muslim version of Angel Studios, which also happens to be located in Canada. Although they're not trying to convert anyone, they are making family-friendly films with Muslim influence. Not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing, but it's not really for us. So, for these two reasons, there really isn't any justification for me reviewing this film. It's not intended for me as the audience, and it's essentially a TV show playing in a cinema. That said, I will mention that it has very inclusive, diverse cast of Muslim kids with history lessons, moral lessons, time travel, and a very, very, very rated G story that, based on the time travel concept alone, would never actually be a thing because 825 AD would be more like a rated R for a multitude of reasons. I think this might be something to take your kids to, maybe if they were between the ages of 5 and 9, but I'd probably just recommend watching the TV show. For me, it was one of the most horrible experiences I've ever had in a movie theater. If I was going to rate it, it would be rated Rage, but I'm not going to rate it because it's not something I should be seeing. Be prepared for things like, we can't change anything in the past, or it could possibly change the future, followed immediately by them doing exactly that, or magically creating an ice cream vendor cart to cause a distraction. It was almost like it was from a Bugs Bunny scene. Or being told that time travel can only be done by kids, and then no less than 5 minutes later, a bad guy who's an adult steals the time machine necklace thingy and travels through time. Then the kids follow him, and instead of overpowering them, taking them out into the desert and murdering them, no, the bad guy just runs away and goes, because 4 little toddlers are chasing after him. Plus a bunch of other random things that kids might enjoy, but adults will absolutely not enjoy this movie. This is one of those movies that only kids are going to like this. Insert eye roll here, by the way. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not rating this, but I'm highly suggesting people not see this in cinema.
Cartoon.
Yeah. Well, cartoons. I love cartoons.
I do not.
All right. That's Film Rage at the movies this week.
February. In addition to being a month seemingly devoted to Valentine's Day, it
exciting
is
and new.
also Heart and Stroke Month,
Oh yeah, it
which
is.
I fully support for obvious reasons. Anyway, being Black History Month, there is usually a ton of television programming devoted to this topic. Over the weekend, PBS aired the film One Night in Miami, which I've never seen.
It's excellent.
It was commercial free, but they did take all the N-words out of it and all the swearing because it's on PBS. But it was without commercials, so I saw it all the way through.
It's still excellent.
Yeah, still, I got the picture. The film came out in 2020 at the height of COVID, so I don't even know if it was in theaters. It did get a few Oscar nominations that year.
I'm trying to think if I guess if we don't.
I know the director had to skip
streamed it.
the premiere of it because of COVID. So
Right.
I don't know if it even came in theaters.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh no, we did see this in cinema.
Yeah,
we
it
did.
might have been the
We
only
did.
ones.
Yeah, we did.
Anyway, directed by Regina King.
Yeah.
It tells the entirely
Love Regina
fictional
King.
story
Me too.
of 4 of the most prominent black celebrities and civil rights activists in the 60s. Malcolm X, Cassius Clay, aka Muhammad Ali, NFL's leading running back, Jim Brown,
Yep.
and Sam Cooke,
I love Sam Cooke.
one of the most popular
doesn't?
singers of that time.
He's the best.
It takes place during and after Clay's championship boxing match against Sonny Liston, where he wins his first heavyweight title. The 4 men meet after the fight at some seedy hotel in Miami to celebrate. Again, there's no proof this actually happened.
But there is rumors around.
There was rumors. I do know Cassius and Malcolm were good friends until Malcolm started speaking out against Elijah Muhammad and got kicked out of the Islam church. I also know Cassius and Sam Cooke were good friends, as I've seen in archive footage from the fight. Jim Brown, I'm more confused about. I'm sure he was around, but I don't remember hearing about him. The film stars Kingsley Ben-Adir as Malcolm X, Eli Gorey as Cassius Clay, Leslie Odom Jr. as Sam Cooke, and one of my favorite actors, Aldous Hodge, as Jim Brown. These four men drink, sing, and argue about their roles in 60s white America. An issue that is unfortunately still a problem in 2026. Talented black men performing for privileged white men. It's kind of the same old story. Now, as a poor old white guy, I had no right to comment on this issue. I'd leave that up to the viewer. What did I think about this film? I thought all the performances were great, especially from Ben-Adir and Eli Gorey. Of course, I loved Aldous Hodge, although I don't think he had the physical build to pull off Jim Brown. He's kind of a tall, skinny guy, and Jim Brown is a little husky. Odom Jr. was actually nominated twice for this role, one in the Best Song category. The scene where Brown visited an old neighbor, played by Beau Bridges, and his real daughter, told the true story of this film. He gets to sit on the porch, gets offered lemonade. The old man showers him with all kinds of compliments about his football career, but won't let him in the house because he's black. This is an old friend of his. No wonder Jim Brown retired from the NFL to become an actor. In the prime of his career, I might add. This film takes place in February 1964. The end of that year, Sam Cooke was shot and killed at a hotel.
Yeah.
Malcolm X was assassinated in 1965. And a few years later, Muhammad Ali was stripped of his championship because he refused to go to Vietnam and fight. Jim Brown also retired in 1965 from the NFL. So this would be a pivotal moment in their lives, if it actually happened. Rumor has it Cassius Clay went back to his hotel room and ate ice cream after he knocked out Sonny Liston. So he didn't go party. He went home, back to his hotel, and just ate ice cream. So maybe that part's true. While it wasn't a Mondo, I do think it's an important film to help people realize how things were in the 60s at the height of the civil rights movement.
And probably currently in a lot of places.
And back again, yeah. So I know what kind of progress they made in 50 years. Still, it was a very good Met, and I encourage people to see it if they haven't.
It was Mondo for
That's all
me.
I got. Yeah, it was good.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Okay, my rage this week, I've already kind of said it. I'm just going to reiterate it again one more time. I am so tired of Hollywood/Canadian films that are put on by, I don't even know who, you know what, it doesn't matter. But there is a trend in film now to make black characters the bad person in film, and it really annoys me. Unless it's completely run by, you know, an entire black cast or directors, producers. It's like they're just slowly being put in, and subliminally we're supposed to think they're the bad person. So that's my rage this week. I just don't want it to happen anymore. It's always been a little bit of a thing, but there wasn't as much cast. But now it's like they just continually cast them as the bad person.
The thing, especially with horror films, but most other films, is they cast a whole bunch of like dumb white kids, and it's usually the black one who ends up dying.
Yeah, well, that's been the inside. I mean, the blackening. Actually,
the blackening
was pretty funny. Had made mention of that, but
no,
this is just subliminal
all the white
racism.
characters are idiots, and they seem to get along fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
Well, in the Whistle's case, all of the white people in the movie are likable, except for the black character, and then they make him out to be the bad guy. He's not the main bad guy, but he still didn't have to be that way.
I was kind of hoping it was Nick Frost.
No, he was kind of a bad guy too.
Oh.
That's my rage.
All right then.
Cut it out.
right. My rage is, I've already touched upon it. My rage is over 4.5 hours of The Strangers. It was unnecessary. I have no idea why this was split into 3 parts. This was an 80-minute movie at best. You stretched into 4.5 hours, and instead of milking like $11 out of me, $10-11 out of me, you milked like almost 35 out of me. So
not including popcorn.
Good for you, you frickin'. Well, who even directed Rennie Harlan? Go to hell, Rennie Harlan.
Who directed
why
that
on
pirate
earth
movie.
would you? Why the hell would you make this frickin' 80-minute concept into
didn't he make
4.5 hours?
One of the Die Hard movies too.
Maybe the third one.
I'm pretty sure he directed a Die Hard movie.
Didn't he direct the first one?
I think
No.
so. Oh, that was John McTiernan.
Oh, that was John McTiernan, right?
Maybe the second
he did.
one,
He
too.
did direct one of them.
One
yeah.
of them. Maybe one of the later
Yeah,
ones.
Rennie Harlan.
Did he direct the one that was on the street with Sam
Third one.
Jackson?
Yeah.
I
Maybe,
know,
he directed maybe it was the Justin Long one.
They're all the same.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway. All right.
Anyways, boo.
We hate the strangers. Yeah,
Boo.
we get it.
Strangers, racism. It's both bad.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Last time on Rage or Dare, Bryce finally got to the Tyler Perry section of Jim's evil bag of, well, let's just call it an evil bag, when he pulled what I think is a Tyler Perry classic, Tyler Perry's Boo 2, a Madea Halloween. I mean, it's even got his name in the title. That has to make it a classic, right? This week, it's Jim's turn to Rage or Dare. What do you think, Ragers? Do you think Bryce will make it a Tyler Perry double feature? But this time, Jim has to endure it? Come on, Bryce. All right, let's check in with Bryce and see what he thinks of this offering, which I can only assume is the beginning of a very long and very unfortunate list of Tyler Perry movies that Bryce will be reaching into Jim's bag for. What's that say? Impersonate Madea. No, not happening. Not even gonna go there.
Okay, Jim. I'm telling you right now that if you don't take all the Tyler Perry movies out of your bag, I am filling mine with every single one of them. And I'm taking everything else out. Because I think right now we have to agree that these movies were obviously not made for us. There is just nothing in here that is funny at all. It is an agonizing, it's poor filmmaking. And I'm sorry, that's what's happening. If I pull another Tyler Perry movie, your bag is getting filled, and I'm taking everything else out. You will have a steady diet of Tyler Perry. Now on to this movie.
Well, wait, just so you know, if you did that to me, I would do the same thing. So it would just be a Tyler Perry Perry off.
So let's not go there, is what I'm saying.
I don't even know what's in my bag anymore. I made my bag 3 years ago.
Yeah,
your bag was made like last year.
2 weeks ago.
I mean, this is just not. There's like so many offensive things in this movie too. I didn't realize Tyler Perry was
So offensive.
so offensive. It's just like the way that women are portrayed, the way that he's got a Halloween party and there's a bunch of people dressed up as Native Americans in inappropriate ways. The way that it's just like there's so much in this that's just cringeworthy, and we haven't even got to the fact that none of the jokes land. The acting is terrible. I started watching it, and I'm trying to follow what they're saying, but with this ridiculous Madea accent he's got, I can't really understand. So I finally had to put the subtitles on so I could at least know what they're saying. And as soon as I found out what they were saying, I was like, oh my God, like, why are you saying that? And it's nothing is funny. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So yeah. And here's the worst part, Jim.
Oh, what's that?
Because I had to start this and start it, and then like I think 4 times I had to start it from the start. Now Amazon Prime thinks I'm the biggest Tyler Perry fan on the face of the earth. And when you go to my home screen, all it's recommending is 900 Tyler Perry movies. Madea goes to camp, and Madea has an Alaskan cruise, and Madea and her family go to the zoo, and it's all Madea. And it's like, no. So now I don't know how long that's going to take to go away.
We'll watch a bunch of other movies.
But yeah, I'm not going into this movie because I could sit here and talk about it for it's so stupid. And the payoff, it's like, oh my God, there's a twist at the end, and it's the dumbest thing that you've ever seen in your life, and it makes no sense. And it's just awful. Like, he's not I've seen him actually act in somebody else's movie, and he wasn't that horrible, but in his own.
And he's super hot. Let's face it. He's pretty cut.
What are you talking about?
He's in really good shape.
Is he? I don't think he was in these.
Well, he was wearing a fat suit, probably.
No, when he's himself, because he doesn't just play Madea. It's like he plays like 400 different roles in this.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was a rage. There's no sense in talking it, but seriously, I think we should get rid of the Tyler Perry stuff. It's not productive in any way. It's going to be the same review for everyone, and maybe it's entertaining once, but it's going to get pretty boring really quick.
It was pretty entertaining for me.
Yeah,
that's
fantastic.
So I just kind of have done a quick review of my bag.
Yeah.
That's the only Tyler Perry movie that I put in there.
Fair enough. All right, so that's it.
So it was a good choice then.
Yeah. Oh, it was wonderful. I finally finished it this morning, by the way, because I was like, I still haven't seen the end of this damn thing. So then I watched the end. Oh, and then once you get to the end, you get the twist where it's like, that's what I was doing, and blah. So I got you guys. It's like, oh my God, really? And then we got a gag reel, a la Cannonball Run, or So we got a Tyler Perry gag reel, and oh man, was that funny? Boy, does that bring the funny! If you thought you laughed during the movie, just wait for the gag reel.
The whole movie's a gag reel.
It is not a good movie.
But gag me with a spoon, like as in Valley Girl.
Yeah,
totally.
Anyways, bad movie, rage.
Nice. You know what? See, unlike you, I don't get stuck on one thing. I just went and said, you know what? We haven't put in the bag yet. Is a Tyler Perry movie.
And that's what you got stuck on.
I get to watch, I feel like I've watched this, but Blonde Ambition. Sounds like...
Isn't that Legally Blonde twice?
No.
I think it's like that, but it's not like that.
So?
I remember seeing this in cinemas.
That was what they called Legally Blonde.
It's Jessica Simpson.
In 2007.
Oh, yes. Jessica Simpson, the great actress Jessica Simpson.
She's also a great singer, from what I understand.
Was a great singer.
I think she sings country music now, doesn't she?
Maybe. It's got Luke Wilson in it.
You know what? It's got Luke Wilson. It's going to be in Mondo.
And the great Andy Dick.
Oh my God. This could be the greatest movie I've ever seen.
And hold on to your hats. Willie Nelson.
What?
I know.
You know what? You just picked my favorite movie of this year.
There you go.
This might make my Mondo 10 this next year.
It's going to be so good. Hey, at least it's not a sports movie, right?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen it again.
It's not.
Oh, okay. With Willie Nelson, it's not a sports movie?
Willie Nelson.
Why would Willie Nelson be in a sports movie? I'm not even making the connection right now.
He's Uncle Jesse.
He's Uncle Jesse. Whatever that means. All right, well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage family you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer for the voice of Rager Darren, our God of Rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We always want to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us a rage. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.